On October 8th, the Washburn County Land Conservation Department and the St. Croix Red Cedar Cooperative Weed Management Association hosted a field class in eradicating the invasive plant buckthorn at the Stone Lake Wetland Park. Several experts from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources and University of Wisconsin Extension were on hand to talk about steps to take.
That doesn't arc, it goes out to the leaf.
Okay.
This one arcs towards the tip. It's also got the serrated edge.
You don't mind if we destroy this, do you?
Serrated edge.
Serrated edge.
Here, let me see.
But it's tough, we can't rip it off.
Like serrated edge, and it's got the
Arcuate venation,
okay.
And the leaves stay green throughout fall and winter.
Oh, really?
When it doesn't ever turn yellow, it drops off green.
Drops off green.
Yeah, it'll just freeze right off and turn green, or just fall right off.
So all I'm going to do is just take this triclip here and just kind of fill it up.
You have the laundry room over the winter. So it doesn't
Hey,
Val.
Val.
Cooperative weed management area has not blocked. You really want the bark,
It's all buckthorn in here.
Dry surface.
It used to look like this wall of buckthorn. It's pretty tall. It's about 12 feet tall, I would say. A lot of it.
And these are actually not the biggest of the plants either.
How tall do these things get? Anyway?
They can get quite tall. You know, so I've seen them, 20, 25.
See the berries. The birds like the berries. So.
Well,
That's how they get spread, probably, right?
The birds like the berries, but it's not a natural food for them, and it upsets their stomach, and so they excrete it out really fast.
Oh, that just kind of exasperates the problem, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're just enough to get the bark wet. But you got to go all the way around. Birches up, up and down, 6 inches.
You gotta go all the
No,
way around?
just, you don't have to go up and down, just around. Get it. Bark oil just allows it.
So you're spraying the bark, you just coat it?
So you kind of round it down, yeah, top and
Just cut this.
pull that down.
I'm thinking through my
So just right where you cut, spray.
Buckthorn. What's the primary reason for wanting to get rid of this buckthorn? What drives most? You were talking about your experience,
Right.
but why do people want to get it out of here?
Well, first of all, it's a non-native plant, and it has no natural predator in this area. And second of all, it shields all the sunlight out from getting down to the forest floor where other plants can start to regenerate. So eventually, if you let it go long enough, these big trees will eventually die.
They don't get that big then.
They
How big are
this
they?
will take over completely.
Okay.
So
So they're never going to get as big as, say, that
no, these trees.
maple over there we're looking at, but
No, these trees will get the very biggest they'll get after about 30 years, which is when they start dying. I think is they get to be about maybe 30 feet tall.
And how long have buckthorn been around here? I mean, when did we see them introduced?
I'm guessing 30, 40 years.
What brought them
don't know.
into this area?
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know. We started seeing them about 30, 40
The
years
thing
ago.
is, people could buy this plant
Yeah.
and use it for a barrier plant, a hedge. Some of it could have been brought in by the railroad. You know, the railroad comes right through here. So we don't really know, but it's been here for a long time, obviously, because all these plants are large and mature.
You're never going to get rid of it all here, but you can. The goal sort of is not to be such a presence that the native plants can't make a comeback. Is that kind of the goal?
That's absolutely the
Okay,
absolutely the
because
goal.
it is a park, wetland park. You want
Right.
to see native vegetation. I mean,
I see it as a park, but also right now it's kind of a laberatory.
laboratory for this.
Laboratory for eradication of an invasive species.
Okay.
So it's serving a real good purpose for that right now, I think.
Blackberries in a clump like that, much different leaf, obviously.
Yes.
So Mapleleaf viburnum, that's a native.
So would we anticipate if you get rid of the buckthorn that you would see more of this? Is that
Good, yeah.
obviously that we are seeing this here? So this is kind of the natural progression. The native. This is
Right.
one of the native, and it's got berries, obviously. So
And they're blackberries.
rip it with this thing.
Okay, so this
base?
is called the weed wrench, and it's got
Okay.
this wrench kind of a gripper mouth on it. Now this is a small one, so we kind of have to make sure it seats on there. And then you just use leverage.
Pull it right out. Oh wow!
Pull it out,
Oh, look at that.
and there it comes.
Well, that's in. Where do you get these in hardware stores, or where do you find something like that?
They do have these for sale around. I know on the internet they have them if you just do a search for weed wrench.
Okay.
And there's a lot of different types. This is one type.
That's neat.
But it basically just uses leverage. Now you're limited to just a tree that's that big.
Yeah.
And you saw he tried to tackle that one and it was a little bit of a problem. But